So last time I finished off Wutai, I think. I don't remember if I picked up this materia from this place. Oh, I did. What was Godo's model? I can go and check. You know, unfortunately, this screen is not randomized. Maybe if it had been randomized, it might just have broken the game. Some screens, most notably the elevator screens in before Everstar and Guard Scorpion, seem to softlock the game. So some screens just have to use default models, which of course is a bit sad. But the Godo fight was actually quite annoying because there were 6 Godos and it took forever for them to die. But there were some interesting models. Juffy, by the way, was the chocobo carriage. And this is Bottom's Well. And this is some weird jumping guy. And oh yeah, that's Godo. He's the invisible lung meter. He's like some sneaky ninja. Only if you talk to him does his form show. Anyway, now that I'm done with this, I can go and ask Cloud to stop being mental. Also, last time I was trying to get a gold chocobo, but I realized that because just about anything is randomized, getting a gold chocobo in this randomizer is actually not that straightforward. I was able to get some carob nuts and zayo nuts, but then I realized that that doesn't really mean yet I can easily get a gold chocobo. So I might have to delay that for some time. Back to just standard weirdness, I think. Can someone tell me what Cloud is doing there? It looks like he's being a motorbike. And he's chasing off into the distance. Also, you missed probably one. I'm not sure if you were there for one of the greatest scenes of this entire playthrough. were you there when I was in Gaia's Cliff, when I fought the icicles? Because I need to like clip that. Because when I was fighting the icicles in Gaia's Cliff, several people died on like a metaphorical level. It's not like you know, someone died in battle, but let's just say that several chocobo carriages dropped from the ceiling onto their certain death. I mean, I think that's probably, it's difficult to choose a favorite if that was better than the scene where I threw Tifa as a barrel down the stairs in the church. But this playthrough has brought out some very exciting things. Seems to be the new team in charge at Shinwa. You know, these robot employees are truly reliable. Also shoutouts to Sephiroth still trying to smash the screen at the high wind with his sword. Can you just not destroy the high wind, please? Thank you. Makes sense though. Maybe he should just pour some orange juice over the screen, it might be more effective than just trying to bang the screen. I mean, I'm not sure if his strategy is really that well thought out. And what exactly is Zack doing? I mean, he did the same thing last time. This is also weird. Does anybody know what I am right now? Am I some sort of lock? Yeah, it's funny how he says "Good day, Captain," while he's trying to destroy the high wind. Good day to you too. So what are you doing? You know, this is a great line. Sephiroth. Let's visit Sephiroth and Sephiroth from time to time. Sure, Sephiroth. Let's totally do that. Also, sometimes the materia slots, they don't actually seem to work the way they look. So, like, if I have Master Magic All here, it doesn't actually give Master Magic All. It seems like broken. So I had to switch it to these two slots, because only then, if I check, I can see the All errors. If I have it, you know, here, even though it seems to be linked as well, if I check in the menu, it doesn't actually give me the All effect. So this is some kind of deception here again. Just took a multivitamin. You know, I took a multivitamin like 2 hours ago myself. What kind of multivitamin do you like to take? Is it a chewable, a swallowable one? Does it contain literally everything you need? I have no idea what that means. Green food concentrates. That sounds fancy. And do you feel it does something for you? Do you feel different? You know, I started taking multivitamins primarily because I'm pretty sure that just like about anyone in this world, has a vitamin D deficiency. So I thought, why not also add all this other junk into it? And I feel that since I started taking those, like half a year ago or so, I feel like at least 20% less depressed at all times. It helps you gain pull-up strength, I see. What exactly sounds serious? I mean, can vitamins really do that much? Because I'm not sure if maybe it's some sort of placebo, really, because I'm not sure if you felt like your body was tearing apart and now it's not anymore, if that's really just due to the vitamins. Well, vitamin D, however, is not part of something you can easily take up with your diet, is it? Oh really? A lot of people have vitamin B12 deficiency. Is that so? Because I'm only familiar with vitamin B12 because it's not something you can have. You can find in non-animal products, at least in any kind of useful quantity. That is a very misleading assumption, Itzigait, because you have to like do quite a bit to get vitamin D from going into the sun. I mean, you need to not apply sunscreen, you need to like actually spend some time outside, and you have to probably not hate that. I mean, judging the way I look, I do not assume I get enough vitamin D. Hey Strahl, how are you? I mean, these days I have not been in the sun like in a few weeks, and it kind of shows. I'm only a few shades away from looking like clinically dead. That's good. I am the... You know what's stupid? This model cannot actually turn the levers fast enough. This sucks. I think I cannot fucking catch up with the train because you know, I'm currently controlling like the middle part from the ancient temple's clock, and the animation of pulling the lever is just fucking slow. This will not work. I can tell you. Now what can I do about that? I might have to change whatever weird model I have here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I mean, there are quite a few unexpected issues that I think Sega Chief has not fixed or has not been aware of or whatever. And this is certainly one of them. What screen even was that? It's some sort of Corel screen. So I need to manually change the model. Oh, I think I found it. I think, maybe. I am not quite sure if this will help. Hey, Fine Lines, how are you? You should buy a spacesuit for going outside right now. Why would you want a spacesuit? How expensive are spacesuits anyway? I would assume that spacesuits are probably not that cheap. And what do you hope to accomplish by wearing a spacesuit? I mean, do you want to not die? Because if your goal is just not dying, then I think you can also do other things. I only started streaming like around half an hour ago, so nothing too strange has happened yet. $12 million? That sounds expensive. Can't you just do with like a snowsuit? That probably costs at most, I don't know, $1,200? Also, the train is, I think this is Aero's mother. I think the issue is not actually the model, the issue is the animation. This still doesn't work. Let me redo that. So I'm just manually changing some animations off screen so that I can catch up with the other train. I hope this works now. Because I really prefer not to change them again. I mean, what I should have done now is I should have given, I should have replaced the randomized SID model and all its animations with just the standard ones. But everything else should just have been, this should stay the same randomized mess. How did the train even fit into the reactor? That's a good question. It probably doesn't. I mean, I'm not quite sure what we're jumping onto, but we're jumping just onto nothing, it seems. Cool. Did I eat wet bean paste? I mean, I add lots of things. Wet bean paste is one of the things I ate, yes. But you can even eat that. You don't have to go to Japan to eat wet bean paste, I would say. Why do they flavor desserts with it? Because they just have different ideas in terms of tastes and flavors, I guess. I mean, it's not really as sweet as like Western sweetness because it's not so sugary. I mean, you can get used to it. I kind of like it. What does it taste like? It's difficult to describe. I mean, it's certainly edible. And I think you can get it. Also, is she muted? Oh, she is. That's garbage. Yeah, I went to Japanese bakeries. Have you been to Japan? Have you been to Japan? Because it seems like you have been to Japan. I mean, you don't have to speak Japanese to go to Japan. I mean, you don't have to go to... You don't have to speak the language of the language you want to go to for most countries, I guess. I mean, it probably helps quite a bit, and it's nice, but... Hey, OCT. Have you caught up on any more spoilers? I wonder. I see, it's a guide. Have you caught up on any more spoilers? Because those you gave me weren't really that spoilery, were they? I have no idea what that means either. I mean, maybe it's some kind of statement on how living in Tokyo is expensive, or it's difficult. It's I don't know. This attack is garbage. I mean, you could probably say the same about France in, like, you know, or most, or many places actually. I mean, there are quite a few places in the world where they don't speak English. That's not exactly exclusive to Japan. Also, like, what's happening? Can you, like, do something? Can you just stop, maybe, like, the train? Thank you. Or not? um... I mean, this was close. See you, fine lines. I mean, it kind of looks though as if the town had been destroyed. I mean, this is not the way this town should look, I think. It doesn't look good to me. It looks like this town has some issues. Lots of them, actually. Also, what did I get? What materia did they say I got? Oh my god, I got Knights of the Round from this. Yeah, Ultima is garbage. Thanks for this, Paul. Oh, maybe I should buy the Villa Sit now. I mean, of course, Villa Sephiroth, I'm sorry. I mean, I could try and see what the animation is if you want me to try and see what the animation is. Oh. This place has some issues as well. Lots of them. Also, what exactly is Costa del Sol modeled after? Is it like some sort of Spanish place? Because I kind of like this place. It has like plants. where in the world do people even have plants in their houses? And like some sort of wood panel, it's quite majestic. They even have beds. Can you imagine a house with plants and beds? That's just marvelous. You have a cactus next to me? You know, I don't mean to offend you, but I really cannot stand cacti. I mean, what are they even doing? They are only there to attack you with their spikes, and I don't need a cactus for that. I can get a cat for that. It's an Easter cactus. I don't even know what the Easter cactus is, to be honest. I would need to see pictures of an Easter cactus. So it's a non-spiky cactus. Such a thing exists. Sounds amazing. I wasn't aware of such a thing. So how much MP does it even cost? Oh, that's handy. It costs 0 MP Bahamut Knights of the Rounds. Isn't that just neat? So I'm gonna try and see what Knights of the Round even looks like. Oh, it's Bahamut. Cool. I mean, it's definitely shorter. It's not really that short, though. And I think he still attacks 30 times, you just cannot see it. You posted a picture of an Easter cactus? Let me see that. Oh, I've seen those. Are they even really cacti? Like, you know, botanically, do they belong to the genus of whatever cactus are called? I mean, this one doesn't even look like a cactus, to be honest. Schlumberger Gärtnery, formerly Hatiora Gärtnery, is a species of epiphytic cactus which belongs to the tribe Whipsalidae within the subfamily Cactuidae of the Cactaceae. That is fascinating. So how did you come to possess this Easter cactus? Also, I forgot to like start my timer. Just add like an hour or so to the time. I just realized. Oh, I'm a train again. This train looks awfully familiar to the one in FF8. Is this even the Galbadia train? Doesn't look that different, I would say. Maybe this train is going to Galbadia, who knows? Oh, your mother got it for you? That's cool. So I'm gonna lose this fight because I wanna fight them, like actually fight them. So I'm gonna wait until they destroy my single unit. Hopefully fast. I mean, this is already the highest speed setting and it's still taking forever. Wait, can I maybe let me check. Is there a way to speed this up? No, it doesn't seem so. Isn't it nice that I have one unit that I just decided is gonna be killed? I mean, maybe like, will they even kill this poor unit? I don't know if that's fair to this poor attacker guy, fighter guy. Maybe fighter can just hide somewhere. But it seems they're coming after me. Please leave fighter alone. Fighter has got to take flight now. Because this is a minigame and apparently minigames are difficult to randomize or nobody knows how to or cares. I think fighter will be fine because this thing will just invade very soon and then I'll fight this thing. doesn't really make too much sense, I agree. I know, this is on the Steam version. And hey, Zach lives cause time travel. It is quite fun, thank you. Apparently someone who's not Sega Chief is working on FFVIII Randomizer, but there is none out right now. I mean, you have to probably make your own one, I guess. Deathblow. This kind of garbage. Oh my god, Tifa is finally hatching from the egg and flying away as a beautiful bird. That's just beautiful. I mean, if I think about it, Tifa has played quite a lot of important roles in this playthrough. First of all, she was thrown down the stairs in Shinra headquarters. No, in the church in Sector 5 to save Aerith. Then she died twice while being while dropping to death from the stalactites in Gaia's cliff in the chocobo carriage, and now she has hatched from the condor egg. Well, I can only hope so too. That doesn't even look like Tifa. I mean, I guess if you tell me that's an emote of Tifa, I can recognize it, but at first glance it just looks like some random black-haired person. Maybe I just don't have such a strong image of Tifa when I only see her head. I only really recognize her when she's in the garbage can, I'm afraid. I mean, that's her natural habitat if you ask me. difficult to sometimes recognize people when they're not where you expect them to be. It offends you? In what way does it offend you? Okay. This house is too weird. Tifa is a nice, young, respectable lady. And so what's your point? Even if I agree that she might be a nice, young, respectable lady, I mean, nice, young, respectable ladies can do many things, such as dwelling in garbage cans, as well as looking weirdly sexual. If that's even what I'm supposed to see there. You mean in the remake? No, I think the only characters that you will find in the remake are from like this game, like playable characters, Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith. Those four. Oh look, I'm a chocobo, and we are being attacked by... What is in the sky there? I can't quite tell. Is it... Oh, it's Zag. We're being attacked by Zag. Please, leave us alone, Zag. We don't want you here. I can't even say if you're joking or not when you say these spoilers, because I'm not sure if you're relating them to what people have been saying about the remake in my chat, or if you're talking about the new plot that we see unfold in this cutscene here right now. Also, I think my chocobo's leg might be broken. I don't think it's supposed to swing like that. Hey, Eternal Wreck. I'm glad you like it. What about its neck though? I mean, are you saying your neck doesn't look like that? Maybe your neck is just too stiff because I have the same kind of mobility in my neck. I can just basically spin my head around 360 degrees. the story of some two weird NPCs. Literally randos. The story of the propeller. This is the broken propeller that you see when you climb up the rope or the wire up to Shinra headquarters. What do you mean by you own mirrors? Are you saying that you can see yourself in mirrors? I'm a bit disappointed with this scene. There's no chocobo carriages or Jenova synthesis or some lung meters. It's just kind of bland. There should be a randomizer option that lets you configure it so that there's at least one weird thing on every screen. And by weird I mean like chocobo carriage. This NPC, by the way, is the one that you see in the Shinra headquarters. It's one of those guards types. Well, it's not weird enough. I have gotten accustomed to a level of weirdness that this is not providing me right now. I mean, once you become used to the weirdness, you will just require always more of it. And no, actually I think this is the NPC that you see standing. Oh, is she also walking at the desk in the Shinra building? I thought it's the NPC that when you have, like, I think on floor 60 or 59, where Barrett, Tifa and Cloud have to, like, snuck past the guards. She's one of them standing at the bottom, because I recognize this weird looking cape. Why would anybody wear such a cape to begin with? Oh, is she the one in the shop with the Master Fist and Pilebanger chests? I mean, it seems like we have lots of different opinions on who she might be. Oh, but this cage thing is also quite nice. I like it. I am the cage. Think about that. I mean, that cage has quite some cheekbones. You know, it's no fun if there's just randomly some models that actually make some sense. Like, I don't want to see clouds. Clouds just kind of ruins this whole thing. Get lost, clouds. We don't need you. You know, interestingly enough, I think Tifa is Cloud in the wheelchair right now. I think I'm controlling Cloud in the wheelchair. Also, it's interesting how FF7 models like this model is like Cloud and the wheelchair merged into one. The wheelchair isn't even a different model, it's just Cloud in the wheelchair is like just one model. The wheelchair isn't even a standalone wheelchair, it's just attached to Cloud in this. Also, what a nice carpet. Wouldn't you agree? It has like such a fancy, hideous beige brown pattern. I wonder if such a carpet exists in the real world or if the designers of the game just made that up. Also, I think like Nibelheim, this house, this might be like what German houses looked like 50 years ago. I don't like this house. I find it kind of depressing. I mean, have you seen these hideous orange curtains and this just hideous wooding, like this hardwood floor? It just looking at this house, I'm getting borderline depressed. I don't like Nibelheim from a visual standpoint. It's no offense. You don't want carpeted floors? Why is that? I mean, in my mind, carpet floors are the personification of comfiness. Oh look, there's a dolphin, just stranded in the mountains. I wonder how that came to be. Maybe he just dropped out of somebody's lunchbox. Yeah, but I mean, you cannot lie on wooden floors as comfortably as you can on carpet floors. This train is just riding up the rope bridge. This is amazing. I wonder if there's any trains in the real world to like ride up rope bridges. It's not the same to lie in a bed as it is to lie on a carpet floor. I feel you just haven't quite made that experience yet. Yeah, but rocks, they don't stay in the same place, and they're usually not big enough. Um, Maybe I should consider trying out rocks, but why is it especially bad if you have pets? I mean, I think pets generally should not puke or defecate on your carpets. But if they don't do that, then how are they even worse than humans? Hair. Maybe just get a pet that doesn't have hair or shed hair. I mean, also, you could have like a room that is a room in which you do not have pets. Like, you know, the hidden abode that is pet free. Maybe you could have a room where you have a carpet floor and all you do in that room is lie down without pets. The stench of the carpets. Really? That's interesting. I mean, do you mean taking baths or also taking showers? Well, it's not like you lay down all the time on the carpet. It's just something you can do. It's nice to have options. Also, what is Godo doing there? Godo has no eyes, did you know? I mean, I've heard of people who do not wash their hair anymore because apparently that's also bad in their minds. And using shampoo. Maybe they still wash their hair, just they do not use shampoo, I think. I mean, you can do a lot of things if you have no other hobbies. Just try out some fancy new lifestyle choices like don't taking showers, don't taking, do not wash your hair with shampoo. I mean, if like collecting stamps or like playing video games is too is too conventional to you, and just get like one of these fancy new hobbies like not showering or not washing your hair with shampoo. I mean, it's whatever you like, I guess. You're trying this new diet where for 1 minute once per month you can eat whatever you want. I mean, I do not like speed eating. I also do not like eating while I'm doing other things. I like to focus on the food. But coming back to this professor who you said who no longer takes baths because he thinks it hurts the skin's natural whatever. Why is that even a good thing to not hurt the skin's natural flora or fauna, whatever you want to call it? I mean, there is this in philosophy, this expression called natural fallacy that says that just because something is natural doesn't make it good. I mean, a lot of things are natural. I mean, nature is per se neither good nor bad. You know, cancer is natural. A lot of things are natural. Natural is not something that you should aspire to just because. I mean, sometimes natural things are good. Sometimes natural things are not good. And I think showering is a case where natural things are indeed not good. And you should not aspire to be that natural. What do I think of Zen philosophy? I don't really know much about Zen philosophy. You know, just like sometimes things that are expensive are worse, sometimes things that are natural are worse. Also, I'm glad we recovered the gondola. The gondola seems to be breathing quite happily. What do you think of Zen philosophy, Astro? Oh look, there's room for a helicopter in the high winds. Also, do they have a barbecue grill on the left side of the screen? I think I've asked that before, but I haven't been here in a while in this screen, and now I must say that it definitely looks like a barbecue grill. I mean, I don't really know much about Zen philosophy, but isn't it just... I know this might be terribly inaccurate. Isn't it just trying to be one with something and like wasting your time sitting in on a chair for like hours and not doing anything? I don't know. It doesn't sound very exciting to me. I mean, it looks like a barbecue grill. I mean, this thing here, right? With the two red points. It's probably like two different heat settings where they cook like burgers and like dolphins. I mean, is it showing I've never used a grill in my life? Can you tell? Well, people still do have grills though, and they like to like grill stuff with it, but I don't really understand the concept of that. I'm not really into that. I think we wouldn't use propane though, for the most part. Probably propane is just a Texas thing, as far as I'm up to date with, you know, those sort of things. Don't you have to be from Arlington to be a propane and propane accessory salesperson? Food vans or food trucks. Food vans or food trucks are not a thing here as far as I can tell. I have never seen a food truck. Also, bratwurst is the worst thing I can think of off the top of my head. No offense, but it's just horrible. It's just extremely dry, and it tastes like decomposed boot. Do I ever go outside if I'm not going to a forest? I have gone to like mountains that were not also forests at the same time, so yes, I've gone to many places actually. That were not forests. Where in Germany do I live? I live in the part that has mountains and forests and time paradoxes and a lot of waffle stores, shoe towers, amusement parks made out of people's corpses and those sort of things, I think. I should go to a food market. What exactly do I have to think of a food market? It doesn't narrow it down, I'm sorry. I mean, what else can I say about the place I'm from? Anything good about this place I like, maybe? I like, we have these interesting buildings here where people like go into and then at some point they come out. There are windows in these buildings and some of them have roofs and some of the buildings have different colors on the outside and some also on the inside. And some of those buildings have electricity and you can sometimes go visit these buildings. And in some of these buildings you can go and buy some so-called things with so-called money. It's quite exciting. I'm actually secretly a Frenchman. Well, I'm offended. I've only once been to France, and I was quite disappointed by the desserts that I got in France, actually. Well, I like French pastries, that's true, but the ones I got while in France were not really that exciting. Maybe I'll only like French pastries if they're not from France, or if they're not in France. Do I like North Korean pastries? I mean, who does not like North Korean pastries? Do you like North Korean pastries, Astro? What are your favorite North Korean pastries? That's unfortunate. You know, I once saw a video on YouTube of like a store um, for like people who are within the upper North Korean caste of like party functionaries and stuff, and apparently like the privileged store in North Korea, probably like somewhere in Pyongyang, it looks like some sort of cheap store you have here in Germany. Like they had like Lindt chocolates, and it looked, I mean, very very sad. Oh, you mentioned so last time, Astro. Um, these non-explosive, explodable hand sanitizer machines. You know, I had a dream, I think 2 days ago, and I dreamt I was in a supermarket and people were just coughing at me and I got corona and died. I don't know what that dream is supposed to tell me, but um, it was slightly spooky. You are in the impoverished, dirty, China-bordering country of Vietnam. That sounds fascinating. I didn't know uh, about all of these attributes of Vietnam. It's also very pretty, I see. Hey, King of Skills, I'm good, how are you? Are you finished painting? You've 2/5 done. How long do you expect this entire painting to take? How big is the painting? What are the dimensions? 18 inches by 24 inches, I see. Please show me what it looks like when you're done. They have a good sense of aesthetic when it comes to flower arrangements. That is a strangely specific, you know, thing to point out. By the way, can you still go there? Oh, you can. Interesting. I haven't done this in forever. Where does it even bring me? And what's the point of any of this? It's nice to know you can still go to these perfectly pointless places. Wow, you can actually go all the way up back here, it seems. I was not aware of that. Then again, there is, I think, nothing to do here, so... Also, why do they have these giant red curtains that don't even go all the way down? I mean, this seems so ridiculous. Also, I'm a basketball, but... the aesthetic of this is really quite questionable. I can't go back into this room, though. Well, this was interesting. Oh, and are we finally fighting Juffy now? Isn't this ironic? Barrett is gonna fight Marlene now. Oh, how the tables have turned. Didn't he, like, at some point like her, and now he's trying to kill her? Okay. I guess. Well, I have done some grinding, you know, and I got some random stuff from this randomizer, like, I actually by this point got Knights of the Round materia. You know, when I stopped the train in North Corel, normally you get Ultima materia for doing so, but I got Knights of the Round instead of Ultima, so I am indeed a bit OP, I guess you could say. I mean, I've basically reached a level of OPness that you might reach when you play this game like casually. When you play this for the first time in like 1997 or something like that. The first time you played this, it was the opposite of OP. That's interesting. You know someone, or you knew someone who said they couldn't beat Guard Scorpion. I mean, at first that sounds a bit hard to believe, that there would be such a person, but I guess I shouldn't rule it out. Well, that's not literally what Barrett says. I think Barrett says attack while its tail is up and it's gonna counter-attack. Actually, he says it in an even more ambiguous way. He says attack while its tail is up. It's gonna counter-attack, which might be understood as he's telling you to attack while its tail is up, which is the opposite of what you should be doing. I don't know what element it is, but because everything is randomized, it might be just about anything really. I mean, he doesn't even absorb any elements. It was probably like restorative, you know, the element that is attached to cure and so on. They were probably just attacking him with cure or something. Also, do elevators like these exist? I wonder where I could find such an elevator, because it looks quite... I wonder why do an elevator like this. You bet it for a friend because they got stuck for that reason. Well, how... I mean... have they never tried just... Also, what the fuck? Why are there people walking in the ocean? This is that a ghost? Is that a ghost basketball? A ghost treasure chest? And a ghost tail? Oh look, a lot of ghost ships. This is great. Yeah, Cloud's weapon does MP damage, not HP damage, which is a bit annoying because it's randomized. There's actually quite a few weapons that now deal MP and not HP damage. You know, I was using White Wind on the ghost ships because they absorb restorative, so they take damage from it, and they also got petrified because you know, White Wind, among other things, it removes petrification if you have it, but if you absorb the attack, you get petrification, so they were petrified because of White Wind hitting them. Oh look, Don Corneo is also swimming in the ocean. That is pretty much how I started playing FF7 myself, OCT. I had a friend who got up to Materia Keeper and had a hard time getting past Materia Keeper, and at that point, more or less, I bought the game myself and started playing. What did he drop there? He must be looking for something on the floor. Maybe he's trying to lie on the floor, but because it's not a carpet floor, it's not quite that comfy. So he's not lying down. You have the strategy guide for this game. What does that even mean? It has all the strats to beat the game. I would call that into question. Interesting. I remember Play Online. You know, Play Online doesn't even work anymore. And even when it was still working, because I remember accessing the website, even then it was not really working very well. It was, I don't know what they thought, but it was a pretty shitty idea. This seems random. Okay, Desert Rose. I think I don't have to make a chocobo now anymore. Yeah, I tried it in my last playthrough, because how would you randomize the gold chocobo reward? I mean, what do you think should it have been? It's not a materia or an item, so you can't just randomize it into, you know... I don't know how you'd randomize that. I mean, you could probably still randomize it, but it would be... you would just have to do it manually, or you couldn't do it the way you do it with how you randomize all the other things. Yeah, the items are randomized, exactly. You took off work on Friday, so you can stay up all night to play the remake. That's an interesting choice. Also, this looks weird. Oh my god, they're gonna put Tifa into the submarine? Somebody call an ambulance, or the police, or I don't know what. Also, what is she doing? Is she like trying to eat something? Is she having like some sort of picnic? Kind of looks like it. Maybe she has coronavirus. No, I have not tried running this game blindfolded. I could probably do that, but the issue is I don't like to be blindfolded for like 40 hours. Like 15 minutes is probably doable, but what do you even do if you're blindfolded for like that long? I know people have done this on Twitch. They've streamed themselves playing all kinds of games, like literally blindfolded, but that to me sounds not very enjoyable, to be honest. You know, Comet True still is actually 4 hits, but it only shows like 1. So sometimes things die even though it says that they might have missed. Because the first hit missed, but like the other 3 did not all. Oh, I'm a hobo now? I am some sort of wall market hobo. Cool. Even though who knows what this weapon even does in this mod. Wait, didn't it just say I got Ultima weapon? Why is the game lying to me again? Well, it seems like I only got the scimitar, not the Ultima weapon. So much about that.